Hi, everyone, and welcome into my channel. I am Coach Sherry, and this is Real Talk with Coach Sherry. This is my podcast here on YouTube, and I am excited to be here to talk with you tonight about YouTube data. And we're going to do a data dive, and that's when we're going to go a little deeper into what the data, however you want to say it, tomato, tomato, potato, potato, but just, looking more into what the data has to say. What is the story that it's telling us? I don't know about you, but I have some very interesting videos that YouTube suggests to me that comes on my channel. As I'm scrolling down, it's content creators that I've never seen before, never experienced, never searched their content before. However, YouTube is recommending them. There's also some videos that I'm getting recommended, and they are from years ago, 6, 10 years ago. And that absolutely is evergreen content, but it also shows, what comes around goes around. But, I'm just always so curious about what the activity is that's going on with YouTube. you know, I'm very fortunate to have this channel. I am close to 1,500 players on this team, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And I just wanted to see, where do I fit? Where does my channel fit in all of this that we call YouTube? So many content creators have come around, especially around COVID. And there is one piece of data that I found out that I was like, yeah, that is about right, that I'm going to share with you tonight about YouTube, and especially around going live. So I see Boss Life Online is in the building. Hello to you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Hope you had a great Saturday. Oh my goodness. I hope everyone is safe from the storm. I know that you are in Texas, so you probably didn't get the Helena hurricane that came through from Florida down to the Carolinas. I don't know if any of you had a chance to check out my video back in June when I went to Biltmore Estates in Asheville, North Carolina, which is one of the most beautiful places. If you ever come to North Carolina and are trying to figure out where do you want to go for rest and relaxation, go to the Biltmore Estates. But I don't know what condition it's in right now, because that whole entire area has severely flooded. And I'm not even sure the river there had flown because of all of the rain that we've had. I mean, that rain was torrential over these past few days. And okay, you didn't get that storm. And it was just a lot. And so sometimes people take storms for granted. I mean, the predictions can be a little challenging to follow, because they will always predict something and then it doesn't happen to that extent. But I'm a firm believer that you should adhere to those predictions and just be prepared. So to all of those that have been impacted, I'm definitely keeping you all in my prayers. Hope things work out for sure. But the YouTube data is just so interesting. And Boss Life, that's what I'm talking about tonight, is, doing a deep dive with it and just trying to figure it all out. Where do we sit? Where do we stand, amongst the YouTube information? So we all know that millions of people are on YouTube on a daily basis. There's 122 million active users every single day, with 1 billion hours of content across the world. So not only are there a lot of people on YouTube on a daily basis, but they are absorbing a lot of content. And so as a content creator, you want to be in that number. You want to be one of those 1 billion hours that people are checking for, that people are stopping by and watching, so that, you can be part of that whole ecosystem. And with that, there are 3.7 million new videos uploaded on a daily basis. They always say you got to get in the algorithm, you have to upload, you have to stay relevant. And it's so true. With 3.7 million new videos on a daily basis, you have to put your foot in the water if you're trying to swim in that pond. Because if you don't, YouTube has to go on to the next because they are trying to recycle this content over and through and around. And if you're not putting yourself out there, then you will be looked over, missed. And some people get so frustrated because they aren't being as consistent. And listen, you might be saying, well, Coach Sherry, I haven't seen you in a few, like a couple of weeks on a live, but I do try to put something up on a weekly basis, if not even on a daily basis, be it a live, a pre-record, a short, or even something on my community wall, just to try and stay in that flow for YouTube to recommend. But again, 3.7 million new videos being uploaded. And that's 271,330 hours of video content based on an average length of 4.4 minutes. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, 4.4 minutes is not a lot. I understand if you are monetized, you definitely want to have at least 8 to 10 minutes on a pre record. But I think that 4.4 minute is because of the shorts that are also now being uploaded. And so they're probably taking the average of the lives, the pre-records, and the shorts. And shorts can be as low as 15 seconds to a minute. So, definitely those are something that you can consider if you just want to do that. I know they are talking about how shorts, they get you more views, or maybe not the length of time of a view, but it exposes you to more people. So you typically will have new people introduced to you and new subscribers. And so, I noticed that even with my 90-day going live every day challenge, that challenge definitely helped boost my videos and my channel. But with that, I also still did some things with shorts, and the shorts definitely brought people and introduced them to my channel, which I have been grateful for. And for those of you that are still here rocking with me, I'm thankful for that. So then they were talking about live streams, and this podcast, this is another tool that YouTube has. I mean, I am live, but I do have a podcast tab, and that is available to all content creators. And so live streams, they actually increased by 70% during COVID. So around 2020, more and more people started going live. And I know that's when I first started going live. And I remember being part of a tribe, a group. You try to find your network of people. And in that network, everyone was grinding, trying to increase their channel, bring awareness to the things that they were bringing to the channel, to YouTube. They were very, very supportive of one another. So if someone was going live, everyone was in there live and rooting them on. The conversations were organic and authentic and just really good times. I just remember those times being just robust. And I remember my first time going live, I was scared to death. But the great thing about that group was, prior to going live, they would always invite people up on their panels. So they knew that I had that, kind of hesitancy of going live. So they would say, Coach Sherry, come on, I'm gonna drop the link for you to come on up. And that helped me develop my muscle to, do it on my own. And then when I finally did, which you would think, okay, you do pre-records. All right. So what's the difference? I can't even begin to tell you. Especially, I'm not one that I don't do a lot of editing with my videos. My takes are typically one and done. So it's almost like going live, but going live, you really have to have it together. And you really don't though. But that's how you feel. You feel like you really have to have it together. And so I think for me, that was the hesitancy of doing it. But then I started doing it. I didn't do it often. I wish I would have done it more, especially back then. But I always felt like I wanted to have more to my lives. So I would always make sure to schedule them so that I would have an interview. I wanted to bring, a new kind of concept to YouTube. And I really wanted to use YouTube like I did my blog, Sports Talk Radio show, and have guests come on and talk about sports, their life after, or business, nonprofits, just different things. But then soon after, my life started to get even more busy, and it was just more challenging. Even though you can do it at any time, you don't have to have this set schedule time, although it's good to have that, so that your tribe, your people, your team, your supporters can look forward to and schedule you into their schedule. They can look forward to you coming live or coming on. And I see Boss Life is saying, yes, get support by asking someone to go live with you. Yes, I did not have that option. You just went live. Yeah, and a lot of people don't. That's the thing, but now, Boss Life, I know that you have a strong tribe. I'm happy to say that I'm part of that as well. And, so you're helping others now. So even though you didn't have that, you now are able to provide that because you do see the value in it. It was all over, could not tell you nothing. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like riding a bicycle when you go live. At first you're wobbly, you're nervous, you're uncertain, but then once you keep pedaling and you realize all you gotta do is keep your feet moving, what? It's no stopping you. You're going to the store, you driving and riding to your best friend's house, to the park, wherever you want to go. And that is what live is like. It's like you realize I don't even really have to be in a certain spot. I can be outside if I want to. I can go live in my car. I mean, people go live in so many different places. It's not like you're stuck in a studio. And that's the brilliant and the beauty of it. You can be like live action news or something if you see something, and put it out there. But yeah, going live is definitely, it requires muscle memory. So it's something that you have to build up to, and once you get it, you still have to keep going in, because if you pause, even if I only go live once a week or once every 2 weeks, that's too long. That's too long of a time in between, because now every time I go live, since I don't go live that often, it's almost like starting all over. I mean, I'm not nervous about it, but it's kind of like, let me gather my information. Let me, figure out what I'm going to do. Versus, I remember when I was doing the 90-day everyday live, it was like, okay, yeah, I'm going live tonight. Boom, boom. You know, I just wanted to make sure I did it within that day. So it definitely made my days longer. Sometimes I didn't go live till 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock a couple of times. And, I just wanted to make sure I got it in before midnight. But I knew that I was going to get it, do it. Whereas now I just kind of think about it. I'm like, yeah, I think I want to go live right now. And then that's how I do that. But I am going to work on having more intention and more of a schedule. So again, more people went live, started going live during COVID-19. And I'm trying to remember what type of channels, and Boss Life, you may remember, what kind of channels were going live before C-19, before 2020. I remember there were a few, but it wasn't as many as are going live right now. And there is an average of 2,500 new videos uploaded every single minute on YouTube. 2,500 new videos every minute. So every 60 seconds, there's 2,500 videos being uploaded. That is a lot, and that's global. And there are 910 million videos that are tagged as shorts, because I was trying to find the data on shorts, and there's not a lot of data on that, but they did say that 910 million videos are tagged as a short. Now, some people, I know me, some of my videos aren't quote unquote shorts because maybe it's the way that I recorded them, or they may be about 2 minutes. And I feel like something under 2 minutes is a short. So I'll tag it as a short so that if someone is searching, maybe it will show up, but who knows, some people may have longer versions of videos and are tagging it as shorts, because shorts tags, definitely have millions of views. As you can see, 910 million. And Boss Life is saying we had a lot of grown streams, yes, going live, which made it easier to grow your channels, blog channels, make money channels. That's right. There were a lot of growing channels, growth channels back then. I don't see them as much now, but definitely before. I remember before C19, that was a big thing. I want to say probably very, very popular around 2019. I see Slasher Chick is here. I was thinking about you earlier. How are you doing? Happy Saturday to you. Happy Saturday. I'm going to be in your neck of the woods in a couple of weeks for our homecoming. I'm really excited about that for sure. Mrs. Newton's Big Family, Big Noise. Let me tell you, your grocery haul from Food Lion was really good. You did a great job. You know, for what you purchased, I just knew that your receipt was going to be at least $500. So at $200, you did a great job. I hope you and your family are doing well and have had a great weekend so far. I see everyone is speaking. Thank you. I see Jacqueline's Heirloom Vintage and Collectibles is in the building. Hello, Jacqueline. Thank you for popping by and saying hello. I'm glad that you are committed. Listen, I feel like you and I started together almost. We were like right there, neck and neck, and everything is possible. So keep on it. Just, sometimes we fall off, life happens, and we have to pause things for a minute, but it's always opportunities to start again. So I'm glad to see you here. Everyone in this room right now are great people. So please be sure to connect. Let's see, everyone is speaking. And Slasher Chick is saying, yes, I know I am. I like, let me know when you're here. Oh, I'll be busy celebrating. Absolutely. So it is also my line's 35th anniversary. Oh my goodness. I can't believe 35 years ago I pledged. We actually pledged in February. Well, that's when we crossed. And, but we're celebrating it this homecoming. So we have an Airbnb and everything. It's going to be a good time. And I'm also going to support one of my line sisters who has an amazing nonprofit organization called No More Secrets, where her focus is on period poverty. And I'm going to support one of her events on that Saturday as well. So it's good. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. It's a lot of things. I haven't been to homecoming in a long time. And so it's all these little pieces that I'm like, okay, did I register for this? Did I, sign up to do that? Because back in the day, you just go on campus and you just, get in line and fall in with everyone else. But now everything is so organized and it's different a little bit, but I'm still excited to go for sure. All right. So now I was looking at, who had the most subscribers and what was that like. And when I saw this person's name, I definitely thought of you, Slasher Chick, because I remember you doing a video on this content creator before, and I hadn't heard of them until you had did a video on them. So as of this month, September 2024, Mr. Beast has the most subscribers with 317 million subscribers. And there's 10.1 million YouTube content creators that have at least 1,000 subscribers, and that's 91%. 37 million have more than 5 subscribers, and 27% of all channels have 5 or fewer subscribers. So it sounds like there's a great majority of people that are content creators. I mean, just a third, 27% have 5 or fewer. And I know there are some people that are not content creators. However, they do have some subscribers. I mean, they are very supportive of channels. And I think, because of that support, people go to them and say, one day, one day you might decide to be a content creator. And so let me set you off with at least 1 or 2 subscribers. And so I want to say that's a big chunk. So around 321,000 channels have 100,000 subscribers, and creators earn an average of 16.9 subscribers per 10,000 shorts views. And, and I believe that, it's amazing how many views. I don't know if you check your analytics when it comes, well, I'm sure many of you that are in here, they do. And I see just Andrea is in the building too. Hello to you. Thank you for being here. With the shorts, you can see, okay, you have your views and that goes to your lives and your pre-records, but then your shorts views, I know for me, it'll, especially during that 90-day going live challenge, those short views were like 12,000. And so here it's saying that you get 16.9 new subscribers per 10,000 short views. So that again goes into the importance of uploading shorts, putting that in your mix for sure. And I'm glad that Life Online is in the building. You all really need to go and check out her channel. Between her, Pandy's Hair Candy, and more, or Making Money Moves with Pandy and Be Amazing Sylvia, on a weekly basis, they have an amazing networking opportunity where you can share your short. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to meet great other content creators, check out their shorts, they check out your shorts. You learn about each other, and it's just good, clean fun. If you aren't sure exactly what I'm describing, if you go onto my community wall, Pandy's Hair Candy and More, well, her Making Money Moves with Pandy, this today at 12 had it, and I actually shared it on my community wall. So you could go and check it out. And if you check out the shorts that, were shared during that. But that's a great way to, make some new, authentic, real connections, and ones that are aligned with who you are and your values, and that will stick for sure. So definitely go and check them out. They have specific times and specific days of the week, be it in the, Pandy's is early on Saturdays at 12, but then they have them throughout the week, in the evening. So it's better for you to catch. I'm unfortunately not able to catch them all, but I highly recommend it for sure. It's a great way to grow your channel authentically. All right. Another part of the data is that the vast majority of YouTube channels have relatively few subscribers. Only a small percentage of channels reach significant subscriber milestones. And, the high subscribers, they're an elite group, and high would be well over 100,000, and I'll get into that as well. But having over 1,000 subscribers puts a channel in the top 8.86% of all YouTube channels. So we're in the top single digits if you have over 1,000 subscribers. Listen, that journey to get over 1K is no joke. It is no joke. And I'm grateful. I'm almost at 1,500 now. But it was a long, hard journey. But what I can say is that the subscribers that I have, the people that have determined to join this team, are true blue people. They're not here today, gone tomorrow. They are, you know, they are stuck and tucked, and I appreciate them. And that's what you want. You want a tribe that appreciates the content that you put out there. They're not just, subscribing to you because of one video and then they see another video and are like, oh, I'm unsubscribing. I mean, of course, that does happen. Don't get me wrong. But, the majority, you want them to stick. And so I'm grateful for those that have decided to stick for sure. And let's see. Mrs. Newton's is saying, I haven't been able to catch Geo in a while. Yeah, go and check her out. So Mrs. Newton's Big Family, Big Noise is saying Geo. She's referring to Boss Life Online. And Jacqueline is saying, I remember when you were trying to grow your channel and get to at least, yes, you try to tell me how you did it. I forgot, but keep it up. Yes. So, it's not rocket science for sure, Jacqueline. You definitely can do it too. It's just about networking. I feel like YouTube is a virtual networking space. There's a lot of platforms out there regarding Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. I mean, LinkedIn, Twitter and such. But I don't know. I just feel for me that YouTube is more interactive. I know a lot of people interact with Instagram, but to me, the Instagram Well, maybe because I don't have a lot of people in my lives, and my chat doesn't fly like Instagram. But I don't know. I just feel like YouTube is just more solid, and you have a better opportunity to network and really and truly connect with those channels. So it's almost like being in a real networking event where you're in person. When you go into the room, if you're there to meet more people, to tell them about who you are, what your needs are, and how you both can connect, you can't just not say anything. So that's how it is on YouTube. You have to say things to people so that it'll be a two-way street, and then they feel comfortable, you feel comfortable, and that's a true connection for sure. But I believe that you have a unique voice, and you know what, Jacqueline, and this is evergreen content. And I meant to tell you this the last time I saw you in my live a few weeks ago. Before that live, I one of your videos came back up when you were at the beach in Michigan. I believe it was Michigan, with your family. You had a house and you were walking down to the beach, and the sand was so hot for your feet, and you were just like, "Oh, I can't walk on this sand." But I loved that video because I loved that area, and I don't know if you went back there this summer or not, but I really enjoyed it. And it was interesting that it came back up because that was the second time I had seen it. And that's what YouTube has been doing for me. It's been bringing people's content back around, or content I had never seen but was from years and years ago. So it made me curious about how this data works around with YouTube. Oh, you needed that. Okay, good. I'm glad you're finding encouragement from this. You're at the top. Yes, Mrs. Newton. Isn't that something? Okay. You know what, Gio? I was going to ask you to put that in there. Thank you for bringing that up. So everyone, you see this highlighted, write this down, put it in your calendar. And it will be so cool if we all can meet up there on Monday at 8:30 Eastern time over at Boss Life Online. Good. Thank you for screenshotting that. Yes, it was in Michigan. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. It was a couple of years ago. Wow. Time flies. Time flies. Well, I hope that you are doing better each and every day. Just take it one day at a time, one day at a time. All right. So, approximately 2 million channels have over 10,000 subscribers. That's a lot. 2 million. Um, and so, with one, and they have between 10 and 100,000 subscribers, let's say. So 2 million, about 2 million have 10 to $100,000 to $100,000. 10 to 100,000 subscribers, and they are most likely monetized, but have not yet reached the silver play button status, which is awarded when you reach 100,000 subscribers. Now, I say they are most likely monetized because they don't necessarily have to be monetized. Listen, I'm at almost 1,500. I'm not quite monetized yet. And, so sometimes for some reason, some people just get a lot of, subscribers. And I can't even imagine having over 2,000 subscribers and not being monetized, although that might be my reality. I'm not claiming that. But it might be. So imagine having 10 to 100,000 subscribers yet not yet being monetized. That sounds really strange, but I'm sure it may be because that person only puts up shorts, or maybe they only do community. Well, you have to have at least 500 subscribers to do community posts. Maybe they're not doing enough of the videos that would bring more viewers to watch for long periods of time to get those hours, because you need at least 4,000 watch hours to become monetized, and 1,000 subscribers to be monetized. So you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, or you could do 1,000 subscribers at least and 3,000 watch hours to be able to have memberships on your channel. Okay, so channels with 10 to 1,000 subscribers, they represent 1.47% of all active channels. And let's see. Oh, okay. So the shorts is on Team Build with Geo. So everyone grab that, and that's where we'll meet on Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Boss Life Online has a few channels, and so her shorts. So everyone get your shorts together. Is on Team Build with Geo. So definitely write that down, look her up, and grab her up as well. So and hit the bell so you could be notified when it comes on as well. Yes. Yeah, Mrs. Newton's Big Family, she has a really interesting channel. She does a lot of thrifting and finds really interesting things like accessories for the home. And I loved it when you did the community garden as well, very sustainable. So if you like, and I know you like sustainable too, Mrs. Newton, so that'll be great for you. Yeah. Wow, it has 27 subbies. That's good. Okay. What's the name of your new channel? Your review channel. What's the name of it? If you can put that in the chat, that'll be great. Right, I know. So you're probably wondering how is that possible to have 10 to 100,000 subs, but that's what I was saying. They may only do shorts, or um, they may only do community posts. Who knows? Okay, very close. So we're all close. See, and you have over 2,000. Isn't that amazing? It's like, ooh. I mean, it's a grind. It's hard when you're that close. I think if you're not growing fast and furious, and you're just growing slow but steady, going slow but steady, getting to that finish line, it feels like it takes forever. It feels like, will it ever come? And I know I am slow but steady for sure, but and I'm trying to just maintain this pace, because I don't want to burn myself out either and do things to get there and not be able to keep it up, because I've seen many people with channels that go fast and furious to hurry up and get those 2,000 hours. They have all kind of things going on, and then when they reach that goal of being monetized, it's crickets. You don't see them, hear them. I mean, there's quite a few that still will keep on it, but there's a lot that you just don't hear them. They go dead in the water because they get so burnt out. And that's my thing. I don't want to get burnt out. I have so many other things going on, and I just want this to be kind of like my other thing. So if I want it to be my other thing, I don't want it to be one and done. I don't want monetization to be my end all be all and then that's it. I want to continue to grow and grow with this. Not sure that is true that lives upsets your algorithm. Um, I don't think it upsets it. I think it shakes it up. I mean, upsetting could be a shakeup, right? A hurricane upsets the ocean. So I think that it upsets it in a good way, Jacqueline. By going live, especially on a consistent basis. And Slasher Chick and I both did the going live every day for 90 days. And I know my channel grew in leaps and bounds, maybe not, and even in the hours. My hours also increased. It did, but it definitely did not hurt my channel, and I made sure to put some other things in the mix. I did a few shorts, I did a couple of pre-records, just to shake it up a little bit. But I believe that lives really puts you out there, especially when you do it in the vertical form, which is what I'm doing mine's in right now. Because apparently, if a person is looking at shorts, your live will also pop up if you are going live vertically. So even if they don't stay long on your channel, if they just kind of like are scrolling through, the fact that they came up upon your channel and paused, even for that second, it will count towards a view, but it won't necessarily count towards however long you've been on that. If I've been on this live, say for 30 minutes or an hour, it won't count towards that, but it will definitely count towards a view. So a view is a view, in that instance. And I'm sure that Geo could definitely explain that a lot better. There's a lot more people, that can explain the value of going live and putting that in your repertoire. You're doing a workshop. Okay, you have to catch the replay. And then I know Sylvia, Be Amazing. Sylvia she does her shorts, I believe. And Geo, if you're still here, is hers on Thursday? I can't recall the schedule, but I do know that Making Money Moves with Pandy does her shorts on Saturdays at 12 p.m. But I hope your workshop goes well. I hope it goes well. And Slasher Chick is saying, I only want viewers that like my content enough to finish over 30%. Yes, I would love to have them finish the whole thing in its entirety. I typically, when I look at a video, if I'm there, I'm there. I'm gonna watch it to the end. But I do know that when you have a lot to do, a lot going on, it's hard for a lot of people. So I don't expect that necessarily back. But I'll agree with you. 30% would be great. And yes, the lives help the algorithm if you discuss similar things as your regular content. Yes, I believe that too. So just having your brand really strong will be helpful. Thank you, Mrs. Newton. I can't even believe that I finished that. And listen, so many 90 type of days have been going by. I remember when Kamala was first announced that she was running, it was like 100 and something days, and now it's like 30 days or something. Time just goes by so fast. So whatever you set out to do, don't let time distract you. Don't let it cause you to pause and not do it, because you just do one day at a time and it'll be over for sure. And Slashy Chick is saying, I discovered new channels that way too. So I think it helps your community find you. And I also think going live helps you connect with your community, because you do have these conversations like we're having right now. And, because lives typically are not as scripted. I mean, unless you are, doing some type of lesson, which I know I'll do sometimes. I know Slasher Chick does a great job doing that. Boss Life Online as well, where you're just kind of, okay, this is what it's going to be. You may have some slides to show with it or some videos to show to, bring your point home. Otherwise, it definitely is a place where your community can kind of see you in your real self. Even though to me, pre-records are my real self too, but I think lives gives you a better chance to see that. Jacqueline saying part of it is YouTube. This guy who's not great, surprised one day he woke and his channel had grown from 15 to 40. I know. Wow, yeah. Yes. I'm trying to tell you, I don't know what that's about. When that happens, listen, I that's like the luck of the straw. That's like, you picking straws, and whoever gets the long straw, the short straw, it's their time. It's almost like being, it's your turn up at bat, and YouTube just randomly, I think, puts their hand in a bag and pulls out a name and say, okay, they're next. Because I've seen channels grow like that. You know what is really interesting? And this is something that I was going to try and do one day. But there are some new news channels. Now, I wasn't going to do news necessarily, but there are so many news channels out here. And I really think they're going to start taking down the traditional news, because they are like real time, right now news. And there's one in particular that I watch, and they do a recording almost every 20 to 30 minutes every day, almost all day. And at first, I thought it was just one person, and I was like, Dag, he has a lot of pre records. But it's him, and it's like two or three other people as well. And I think they do a rotation. And so their content is constantly coming at you. They'll take bits of pieces of content, of rallies, of conversations, of interviews, and they'll comment on it. They'll show a piece and they comment, and then they show a piece, a clip, and back and forth. And they only have their content for about 8 to about 14 minutes, and it's enough. Like you feel like, oh, I got the point of what it is. When I first found them, they had about 200,000, and this was, what are we in, September? This was July. They had about 200,000 subscribers. They're close to 3 million now. I mean, it's no joke. And sometimes, like maybe once during the day, they may go live and do an hour, and another thing that I've noticed is people will do an interview, celebrity interview or whatever, right? Or even it could be someone, like if you're doing an interview of someone who owns a business, or like I like to do business nonprofits or anything like that. And instead of doing it as a live, like you could do it as a live, but do it as a like a pre-recorded live. Before you have the premiere for it, they'll take clips of that live, or of that interview, and show it. So you're like, oh, they'll take little segments of it, maybe 8-minute segments, and you're watching it, and you would love to see the full thing, but it's not available yet. And you're like, oh, okay, that was good. You're looking like, where's the full interview? And then maybe 3 days later, after they've dropped maybe 3 or 4 of those short clips from that interview, then they'll do the whole interview, which will be over an hour. And you are listening because you want to see the whole thing pieced together, and you want to hear what else they have to say. And I know there's a couple of content creators that do a very good job with that. If I was good at editing, that's something I would definitely do. I think that's a great way to stretch out your content for sure. Okay, so Be Amazing Sylvia, her short support is on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let me see if I could get on. I should have had my other I'm trying to get on my channel now on this live to drop some of these. Okay, hold on. Oh, what did I do? Okay. So I'm gonna try and find the channels so that I can share it with y'all here. Let me see. Team build. Okay. Let me see. So that you can grab her up as well. Oh, I was trying to be so fast. Sometimes when you are live and you're trying to find something, it you go too fast. I'm just going to share her whole channel with you. Okay. And I'm going in here to share it. And I'm going to pull up Be Amazing Sylvia also, so that you can check her out. And these are good people. Good people need to be connected to good people. And I'm also going to bring Pandy's up. Let's see. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, I'm trying to. Okay, here we are. Okay, I hope you all are able to catch those. And yep, thank you. Thank you, Gio, for putting that in there. Yes. And even I'm noticing I have made comments on videos a long time ago, months and months and months ago, maybe even a couple of years ago. And I guess those videos, because they're evergreen, were reintroduced to new people, and they are commenting to me on my old comments. And it's like, wow, I don't even remember, making that comment. And it always makes me go back to that video. Like, what video was that? Mm-hmm. Wow, 95 days. Look at that. And we did a whole 90-day challenge, Slasher Chick. That is so crazy. Hey, Sassy, how are you? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. It's great to see you here in the live. We have to try different ways. Mm-hmm. They have to. They have to. You have to try. Okay. Yes, I got the links in. Perfect. Thank you, Jacqueline. All right. So the silver play button status, I don't know if any of you have noticed, but some of the YouTubers who are over 100K, 100,000, they have this silver plaque. And let me tell you, if I had one, oh yeah, that thing will be hanging behind me in every video, every live. Somewhere you would see that silver plaque. I think that is a huge milestone and award to achieve for sure. And so, again, that is 1.47% of the people are between the 10,000 and 100,000. So if you are at 10,000 subscribers, you shouldn't even be looking at a 20,000 subscriber goal. Look at that 100,000 subscriber goal. I mean, you'll have the baby step goals in between, but that should be your ultimate right there. And the top 100 channels. So we know Mr. Beast is the number one with 315 million subscribers. So I wanted to know, what was the average number of the top 100? And the average is 72 million subscribers. Now, you might say that's a lot, and it is. I mean, there's 122 million active users daily, but that doesn't mean that that's all that's on YouTube that have a YouTube channel. That just means on a daily basis, about 122 million people come on. But these people have an average of 72 million subscribers. But that average is kind of skewed because the top is, of course, the 315 million. Then the next one is 274 million. Then it's 182 million. Then 177 million. And then it drops significantly to 43.5 million. But I don't know about you, but I feel like, these numbers, they seem far, but they don't seem that far off. They don't seem that far fetched. I know it can be 1 in a million to get that high. And I'm not even, thinking about that 315. I can only imagine, what he had to do to get there. But, why not at least think about the 100K and over? That to me, is realistic. We are already in the single digits if we're over 1,000 subscribers at 8.86%. So why not be part of that 1.47%, to be between 10 and 100,000 to start, that I think that'll that'll be pretty cool. What's the content? That's the thing. So I only know about Mr. Beast through Slasher Chick. I hadn't really gone to the channel, but I believe Mr. Beast started at a very young age. Many of them, I believe, Jacqueline, are gaming channels too. So I don't do gaming. I mean, if you want to call Candy Crush gaming, listen, I can play that, and we can join a team or something, but I don't know. I don't think that Candy Crush counts as the type of gaming that people do. I know that Eastad, he does gaming, and I go on his channel sometimes when he's playing because I just think the animation, the AI that's used is very interesting. But yeah, I want to say most of them are gaming. Some of them may be prank channels too. But see, none of that's my style. So I have to do it on the way that I am, and plenty of people have done it on the way that they are. And there's some people that I know in other arenas, not necessarily on YouTube, that are doing exceptionally well with what they do. And I always check for them on YouTube, like, okay, they're doing so good over here, or just in real life, they're doing exceptionally well. And when I look them up on YouTube, they have like as many subscribers or less than me. And I'm like, wait, or even views. And I'm like, what's going on? So, it's all relative. And sometimes, like we were saying earlier, luck of the straw for sure. Yeah, let's do it. Let's figure this out. Oh, okay. I'm not missing anything. Well, listen, I'm not, but other people aren't either at 371. 315 million. That's a lot. I mean, he has more subscribers than people come to YouTube on a daily to see. That's crazy to me. Oh, Squid Games. You know what? That Squid Game on Netflix, that show or whatever, that series, I loved it. I loved it. That's interesting. But I can't get into gaming. That's too distracting. That to me, I'm not judging anyone that's doing it because it's a good pastime, especially if what you do is, you just want to just go somewhere else and, a game will do it. But I don't know. I just couldn't do it as much as I know so many people do it. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I only subscribe to a couple that are in the millions. They're in the low millions though. So, but that's what I wanted to come on here is to do just a data dive and let's see what the story is telling us. And what do you think the story is telling you about these numbers that I shared? You know, it's YouTube is not that far fetched as one may think. So many people think that if they don't have a million subscribers, then they're just going to give up. But I feel like these numbers are telling us all not to give up, not to give up, because why not you? And sometimes you may turn away just before it is you. So don't give up. Keep going for sure. I mean, he hosts crazy competitions. All right, see? And people sometimes they like those competitions. They like the pranks. They like things. I like comedy, things that'll make me laugh. I don't particularly like pranks per se. I mean, I don't know. Some of them can go too far, but I do appreciate skits. I feel like YouTube is a platform that if you have talent that typically would be on the stage or the big screen, that you can use this platform just as well. And I know a lot of entertainers did that during COVID because they couldn't go and be in the arenas or be booked, and they were very creative with that. I applaud them for that. I remember Lunel when she first started her YouTube channel, and I don't even know how many she has now, but I remember when she was like not even monetized, she was very low. Let me see where she's at now. And what she did just, it helped her profession. It helped her survive during that time. Because remember, everything stopped so abruptly. It was crazy. Um, I don't know why it didn't show up. Let me see. What is her name? Is it Lunel the comedian? I'm not sure, but I know she has quite a few followers now. Enough that is a good stream of income for her for sure. Some people that were making movies and things of that nature went into making skits on YouTube. Some people that I know that are interested in making movies, I'm like, why don't you go on YouTube and do skits? It's less money, more cost effective. um, you might be able to get picked up by a big motion picture place, but start somewhere, and that's a good track record to have, a good following. So you could definitely be creative. Yeah, why not us? Yes, and get into 1K, Jacqueline. Listen, I don't know what it is about YouTube. They love to audit your channel when you were almost there. I have gone back and forth. Finally, it stuck, and I was like, okay, because I would go to sleep one night and it would be at a 1K. I'd wake up the next morning and I would be at 899 or something like that. They would just kind of clean it up. Like, nope, that's not a real subscriber. I don't know what it was, but I felt like YouTube kept just cleaning, kept auditing my channel. So, yeah, you have, oh, wow, 5,802 on IG. I have quite a few on IG, I think. I just don't go on IG as much. I don't have the, I don't have the capacity to be on so many different platforms. Like I'll pop on Facebook just to make sure my people are okay, my family and friends. But I usually just hang out at on YouTube and LinkedIn. You know, I'll check IG sometimes because that's where my kids hang out, and I'll check TikTok periodically, but not TikTok is very what is the word I'm looking for? Addictive. You think, oh, these are real short videos. It's not. I'm just gonna sit here for a second. Next thing you know, it's like 5 hours later, and you look up and you're like, wait, how did I scroll through so many shorts? This is crazy. So when I realized I was wasting that kind of time over there, I said, nope, I can't do it. I can't. And I can't even tell you what I just saw. So that wasn't good. Well, I'm glad, and they should. Yeah, when I went to your channel, I was trying to see like, okay, what is Mrs. Newton's doing? But I get it. And you had your birthdays and such for your family, your children, and this life is going on. Yes, you will, Jacqueline. And she was saying, I was thinking of doing those stupid dance videos or mukbang, but I can't get there except I like dancing. Okay. Okay. When I am well, I will be doing the sea walk. Look, I love dancing. If I ever put a video on of me dancing, that thing will go viral because I think I used to dance. I used to love dancing and I could dance. But now my moves in my head and what shows up on the outside are two different things. But I I love it. If my kids would be down to do a dance with me, that thing would that would go up. But they are like, nope, not doing it. You're not putting us on YouTube like that. So, but I would do it by myself. I don't know. I don't know. That's not what I want to go viral for. That's the only thing. Um, and I love food. I don't cook well at all, but I do love food. And I don't know. I couldn't, you know, I know mukbangs, have helped a lot of people, but that's not my thing either. So I'm definitely trying to stay in my lane for sure. Hmm. I can't with a talk. I have tried my best to. I like it. I can't. And I have some cute TikTok videos of just things, but I'm like, I just feel like putting it all on YouTube, like all that back and forth. And I see a lot of my friends are on TikTok, and I don't know. I just feel like TikTok is not as secure as, it doesn't make me feel comfortable as unsecure as they are that I feel. So I'm just like, why don't they come to the short shot and just do YouTube? I'm not understanding. People act like YouTube is this oxymoron or something. They don't. It has like the plague. They don't want to hear it. You say YouTube and they get quiet. I'm not understanding what's the big deal. Most people really, I know, and especially in our age group, they are my age group. Let me say, I don't know. I'm not speaking for everyone, but listen, I'm in my double nickel year. I'll be 55 next month. Oh my goodness. But most people my age are on YouTube. But when I tell them about me having a channel, they act like they don't know how to get to YouTube. They don't know how to sign in. Oh, I don't know what my password is. I don't know. But then you ask them, what did they see something on? Oh, I was watching YouTube the other day. What? So you go on YouTube. I know if they research anything, it's going to take them to a YouTube channel. So I'm just not understanding that. But it's okay. Yes, see, walk it out. And look, you can do the movement with your hands, Jacqueline, until you can do the actual dance for sure. Yes, I'm trying to tell you, Mrs. Newton, I'm getting down in my head. In my head, it is so fly. But when I look in the mirror at the same time, I'm like, it's just a 1-2 step I'm doing. It's like step to the left, step to the right. I promise you. Hmm. Yes. The only time I go on IG is to communicate with other YouTubers, but they still have to kind of tell me. I know Marlene Motivates. She used to have these really great conferences and empowerment conferences. And so I was honored to be part of those. And she would always have to send me a message on YouTube, like under one of my videos, or she might come in my live and say, Coach Sherry, check your IG. Because I never am over there like that. So I would always appreciate that. Oh, your LinkedIn was hacked. Oh my goodness. I love LinkedIn for professional purposes. Yeah, I love it, Slasher Chick. I do. I do. Hmm. Well, y'all, I hope that you all received some great information, some great nuggets from this YouTube data dive. And if you are watching this in the replay, leave me a message and let me know what are your thoughts on the information that was shared, and where do you fit in with the data, and what are your next goals? But until we speak again, please stay safe and remember to practice every day. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I've seen too many people not practice every day and not even realize that that was not even a practice. That was the game, and they did not play well. So practice every day, practice so hard so that when you are in that game that you know is a game, you will do well, but also practice so well that you never know who's watching you in practice and they will pull you onto their team because they loved what you were doing. All right. Take care until we speak again. I am Coach Sherry.